last-minute shake-up at 5:30 a.m., laundry situation not good. And when your focus is on helping your clients, it's easy to forget about yourself. But NASM knows trainers.
Morning, Ryan. Is okay with
And staying in front of the day isn't always as simple as 1,
What's
2,
up?
3. So when the unexpected has you pressing pause,
What's the latest on creatine?
I'm going to get back to you on that.
let NASM1 help you press play. Visit NASM.org to sign up for a membership today.
You're listening to the NASM-CPT Podcast with Richey, winner of the Share Care Emmy Award for Social Storytelling and the official podcast of the National Academy of Sports Medicine.
Hey, y'all, and welcome to the NASM-CPT Podcast. My name is Richey, and today I got a question. With all of this AI business coming around with the chat GPTs of the world and Geminis and Siri and Alexa, I gotta be quiet because she will jump in and bomb your conversation if that name pops up. If the AI of the world continue to get stronger as we move closer to the singularity, as this comes about, oh, Alexa, stop. See what I'm talking about? What does that mean for us? What does it mean for me as a personal trainer if somebody's going to type in something like, I want to lose weight, give me a workout to lose weight, and then they hit enter, and all of a sudden, workouts that are from AI that have scoured the internet for the best workouts for weight loss or the best workouts for athletic performance or the best. Everything's the best. Then what? What happens to me as a personal trainer? Well, I got to say that right now, one of the most important things and the things that we look at pretty often are innovations. Innovations are vital to what it is we're looking for. So we'll get into that and try to understand it. But let's be honest, are you either excited about AI? Are you concerned? Are you like me, which is pretty indifferent about AI? But here's the thing. It is changing our world. It is changing our landscape. We have some companies that have gone from complete obscurity who have developed hardware for AI and created software for AI that have now catapulted into the S&P 500. They are the top 500 financially viable companies in the world and in the country. So, and it's all based on AI. So what does that mean for me as a fitness professional? And I think one of the things you got to look at is, are you looking at AI to provide the most perfect workouts? Because let's say they do. Let's say even if AI provides the most perfect workouts, even if they provide the best programming, even if they provide the best schedule for you, they have better pricing for you than I do, even if they do all of that stuff, I'm going to twist a quote from Training Day where Denzel Washington's character Alonzo says, AI ain't got nothing on me. Why? Why? Well, I'm going to tell you what I think. I think AI doesn't have anything on us for a couple of reasons. One, I want you to think about this. The biggest guy in the gym gets on an airplane and goes somewhere, and the person next to him, just kind of interested in what's up with this big fella, starts to inquire, right? And then they find out he's a personal trainer. Oh man, the conversation starts. And I say the big guy, it doesn't matter if people find out I'm a personal trainer, I'm a small guy, then they still have these conversations. That's just probably more likely with the bigger folks. What do I need to do to get big like you? What do I need to do to get muscles? What do I need to lose weight? What do I need to do? And there's a whole thing of like, what do I need to do? And here's what's crazy. The best information that you could have way before AI came about was already kind of available at the time in magazines. So if you wanted to figure out how you can strengthen, lengthen, and tone, then you would go to Shape Magazine. If you wanted to get a little bit bigger or you wanted to build muscle, then you would go to Muscle and Fitness Magazine. If you wanted to know how you could get ready for competitions, then there's a magazine. And the workouts were they were filled with workouts. If you want this, this is the workout for you. Best way to sexy abs, best way to the booty, whatever it is. You got all of these magazines giving you something. What's the difference is when a magazine gives you something, you cannot just read it and get the better booty abs magazine. It doesn't happen just because you read it. You have to do it. So if somebody says, here's the magazine that you were asking about when you said you wanted to get in shape, and I wrote everything down. Let's just even say I did a brain dump and I said, this is a lot of information you can have, and I'm gonna shorten it so that you just get pieces every day of what I want you to do that day, and that'll change your life. You just got to do it. And they go, oh, okay, great. I'm going to take that home and I'm going to put it on my shelf and I'm going to forget that it's there. And then one day I'll open it up and I'll do it and I'll look at it and I'll be very excited until I stop doing it again a week or two later. And the point is, it doesn't matter if you meet somebody on a flight, you go to a barbecue at a neighbor's house, if you are introduced to somebody and you guys just start chatting and they ask you what I need to do, it doesn't matter what you need to do. You can have all the right information and get nowhere with it. Then you can get a great trainer and also get nowhere with it, right? You'll get healthier, you'll get fitter, you'll get stronger. You might lose a little weight, you might gain a little muscle, but you can also, there are limits with the magic that can be done. But the magic's not in the AI. The magic's not in the right information. And I'm a big fan, even if they spit out everything OPT model related. AI draws it in and says, this is the model, and I figure out which muscles and which exercises go in which section of the model and who's going to do what, and give you an entire workout. I know this because the NASM textbook has a lot of stuff written out. And you know the questions I get most from new personal trainers is, how do I write programs? And I'll go to the book and I'll say, did you check out the programs in the book? And they will say yes. And so the problem isn't that there are programs in the book, it's that they don't understand the programs in the book. You have everything perfect. Does it matter? We'll answer that in just a moment. This episode of the NASM-CPT Podcast is brought to you by NASM One, the membership for trainers and coaches. Members enjoy unlimited access to hundreds of career resources. Get the Edge app to schedule and program clients, enjoy half off all certifications and specializations, access free CEUs, and more. All of this for just $35 a month. Go to nasm.org/membership to learn more about NASM One. So if I have everything that's perfect, it's perfect. All the information, everything's in front of you. If you just do this, you will get all of your dreams. All of your dreams will come true. Guys, we've been hearing about the things like this for a long time. If you invest even a little bit of money now, 50 years down the road, you will be a multi-millionaire. All right, cool. I get that. That's 50 years away. So not interested. They don't do it. They get to retirement and go, I hope they don't cancel Social Security because I've got nothing to fall back on, right? There are a lot of things that we know we need to do. I need to eat more vegetables and I need to eat more fruits. But when it's time to eat, I think about eating fruits and vegetables, but then I see the little cheesy poofs and I go, man, I know I'm supposed to eat this, but I would rather eat this. It is not whether or not you always have the right information or the best information. Sometimes it's not that. So what is it? What do people need? I gave you the best workout. What do you need? Number one, first and foremost, your job, which AI currently and may never be able to replace, is accountability. Accountability. And even if AI does hold you accountable, it's different when AI says it versus a trainer. When AI sends you a message like it currently does for me. Like it'll send me a message on my phone and it'll be like, yay, you reached your standing goal or you stood up. And I get mad. I'm like, listen, don't patronize me. I stand up when I stand up. So when we have apps that are going to tell us to stand up, sometimes, yes, thank you for the reminder to stand up. Yes, thank you for the reminder to get up and walk around. But sometimes it gets a little belittling. And certainly I don't want my trainer texting me asking if you've stood up. But occasionally you get that message from your trainer and it says, hey, we're meeting tomorrow at such and such time. See you there. Make sure, did you do your homework? Did you do your step up goal? Did you do your walk goal? Did you do the workout we did when I sent you that workout? Did you do it at least one more time before I see you tomorrow? Accountability. Also, I'm seeing you tomorrow at 6 a.m. And 6 a.m., that means that somebody's getting up at 5 something. 5 something feels real early to a lot of people. And unless I've got that accountability person that says 6 a.m., I'll see you there or charge you. It's real. If AI was like, hey, get up and do your workout, you'd be like, snooze. I'm done with you. I banish you back to the being quiet in a box. Don't talk to me. You could be accountable to people. People we tend to be more accountable to. Also, let's be honest. The second thing we're going to look at is, aside from accountability, is empathy. Like AI doesn't know you. It doesn't get you. It doesn't look at you and say, all right, I know you had a really hard day and you didn't sleep very much. And I know this. And I understand that hitting these goals are hard for you and that they're challenging. And we're going to adjust that because your shoulder's sore and your low back or your SI joint hurts. And we can make these accommodations. And right now, AI is not going to be like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see what we can do together to help identify how to move you forward and still do that somewhat within the outline of the workout we're hoping to get. And if we can't get it, what can we do? And if we can't get the workout, sometimes you just need to vent and let it out. I'm having frustrations with hitting my goals and I feel like we're falling short. Then let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's set those SMART goals up and make some shorter term goals. Let's start finding things that we can hit in a week or 2 weeks versus what we're trying to hit in 6 months. Let's break it down smaller and smaller goals. We'll work together. I'm going to work with you because I understand where you're coming from and I understand your frustrations. And I know because I've been there too. No way. You the trainer? And that's the craziest thing. So many times people look at us and they think we don't have issues with things. We've got issues with things. You're fit and you have great abs. You got big muscles and yeah. And they have a sweet tooth and they like doing this. And I like laying down and sitting on the couch and I like doing this. And I like doing this. And, trainers sometimes post their big chicken and waffles with syrup all over it. And they go, oh, look at me eating this. That's not how they eat all the time. That's not how they eat all the time. And if they do eat like that all the time, you can't out squat a heart attack. Be sensible, people. Be sensible. So I'm going to be empathetic with my clients and understand that there are challenges. One of the best things I ever heard was when Fabio Camano was on the show. And he said, can you imagine, like, there's so many people that don't floss. They hate flossing. And not only are people showing up with you to floss 2 to 3 times a week, but now you have to do it for an hour. And you're like, man, if you find something like exercise, some people just don't like it. So what are you doing as a trainer who understands people, that has this empathy for people, that you are able to work with people in order to help them get their goals and understand, hey, listen, we're going to basically do that version. We're flossing. We're doing flossing and your version of flossing. I hate doing exercise. Some people hate flossing, right? I'm here. When is it? AI don't get that. Like, you get it. You've been through it. You've had trouble with it. I know, I did it. I got so tired of lifting weights for a while. I just started doing jujitsu, and then I loved jujitsu, and I got hurt in jujitsu, went back to lifting weights, and I was like, man, I love lifting weights again. But That's me steering the direction. What can I do with my clients to make those workouts more fun, more engaging, more personable, and me understand where they're coming from, giving them a piece and understand that they can help contribute to their workouts. You tell me what you like. You tell me what you don't like. I'm going to add in some of the things you like. I'm going to maybe still add in a little bit some of the things you don't like, but probably not as much. And we'll make an agreement that if we do this, then you can do that. And we'll try to make life a little easier. I think another very important thing, and I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, is innovation. If you think about the changes that have happened just in the last 15 years, 10 years of personal training, the types of exercises. Now, let's also point out that over the last 100 years that we've been tracking a lot of exercises, we have things that have come back around. Kettlebells were there and then they disappeared, and Indian clubs were here and then they disappeared and they kind of came back around. And we now have different exercises we used to do all the time. Every workout's going to start with this exercise and this exercise. And nobody does those exercises anymore. But if you're not updating and innovating, then AI is just going to keep giving you all that old stuff. And it doesn't mean it doesn't work, but are there better ways? And the way that there are better ways, then we learn that and then we study it, is we have to have people that aren't doing everything by the book. They have to do it based on concepts. I have a concept that this, let's just be honest, like knees over toes guys have made a huge impact on the way people train today. And there was fear mongering about whether or not your knees could go over your toes. And these guys are doing knee squats and sissy squats and all of these different versions that people have been doing, but they haven't hit mainstream because people look at it and they go, oh, that's going to hurt you. You're going to get hurt from doing that. And it turns out that now many physical therapists incorporate those exercises at some point along the healing process. So what does that mean? I mean, well, we would have never had that if up until that point, AI wouldn't have gone, let me just run this by you. Because they don't think like that yet. Right now, they just amass information and provide it. So we need the innovators. We need the people who know what we know right now so that they can take all of that and say, are there holes in this based off of other concepts and ideas? And that's how the OPT model came about. OPT model is really trying to figure out how we take somebody that's working with the athletic trainers and the physical therapist and that are working with strength and conditioning. And I have all the stuff with the physical therapy that help kind of prehab, rehab, build resiliency. And then people who are just doing the cleans and snatches and push presses and the big lifts, and say, how can we put those together and identify that those lifts are okay and these exercises are okay, and can we get that to work together and help people progress? And it seemed it worked really, really well. So what else? What else? Aside from that compassion that you have, aside from the accountability, the innovation that exists, the relatability that exists, then I want somebody that can commiserate, right? Like, I want you to know where I'm coming from. That's part of empathy, and compassion is part of empathy. But I've got some struggles that I'm working with, and I need to know that I've got struggles, that you've had some struggles too, and you've got the right coaching to move me past my sticking point. What is the right coaching to move me past my sticking point? People want to be seen. People want to be heard. And people want information that gets them to the right place. Now, if AI can get you the right place, you're still not being seen. You're still not being heard. There's no empathy. There's no compassion. There's no accountability. There's no relatability. There's no innovation. There's no compassion. There's no commiseration. We got a job waiting for us. Our job is not in peril because of AI. Our jobs might be in peril because the lack of accountability and empathy and innovation and compassion and relatability and commiseration. But it ain't because of AI. All right. Like, subscribe, share with your fitness friends and family, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to reach out to me, you can do so You can hit me up on Instagram at dr.rickrichey or email me rick.richey@nasm.org. Y'all keep inspiring people to fitness. Thanks for listening. This has been the NASM CPT Podcast.